creatively and positively, or whether it's actually used negatively. So the process is a way of managing. It's a methodology which you can compare these impacts.
I think it's very important to recognize that we're not in a sort of degree zero situation. We are already in a situation. If I go into a building, the doors open when I come in, suddenly lights flip on and off when I leave, temperature is regulated according to my presence or not. I can even say, I'm coming home, darling, 15 minutes from now. In my car, I speak to my car, and then the lights flip on in my house, and the temperature is switched on. So we are already there. So, looking at this, I'm sort of fantasizing of the incredible next step where you have lenses in your eyes, and you can project on those lenses. That's technically possible already. So, according to what you say, it's possible to project on my lenses a room, or a concert hall, or clothes, or whatever. You can imitate sex. So architecture becomes incredibly irrelevant. Basically what you need is a suggestion that if you move, that you are in a sort of imaginary world.
Yes.
I've got difficulty thinking that through. If you could show me that, I would have the possibility to either object or agree with what Rob is saying. Because I know how both work.
Because the VR technology is like destroys the modern architecture now, because they can do so many things, and maybe you can create this like imaginary space and to make it experience. So this is why the physical interaction between people is become more valuable, because this is the only thing they cannot collect, because there's no people is doing this now. It's get less and less, so this value gets more valuable, because like the Pokemon Go, like they can just like but actually they were helping people to go out and make interaction.
For me, there's something interesting about the sites you've chosen. One, an interior world in which people interact in a more or less prescribed scenario in which they work. You have then a natural landscape in the vertical colours, which is a special sort of ecological bubble in which people go and behave in relation to nature and are surrounded by greenery and behave differently from when they're in the office. And the third space is the square, in which they behave a third way, which is in a more or less formal way, but behaviour together, not amongst nature. It's human to human contact rather than human to nature.
So if I understand them correctly, they can suggest nature.
Well, no, I don't think that's the way this project's going to go. From what I'm hearing, they're collecting data.
Am I right, or
is he right or am I right? For me, the interesting, the potential interest here is they're creating architectural clickbait. In other words, they're making spaces to attract people to behave in certain ways, and they're going to collect data of that behaviour in order to get a more truthful assessment of what people's behaviour really is, rather than assumed to be. That's what I think they're making. And those are three scenarios, which I can imagine them collecting data in. I'm still concerned about what additions you'll put in there to draw people in, if my theory is right. If my understanding is right. You're making architectural clickbait. What is the clickbait element here? What is it that's architectural and attractive? Is it going to be the same old thing, an ice cream stall in the square, or is it going to be a hide where you observe the birds? If that's the case, then it's pretty low level, and I'm not worried that the sort of ambitious architecture that you've drawn here isn't going to realise. So there's a tension here between the intention that you've got from clickbait, if that's correct, and the sort of extraordinary architecture that might emerge. Because
There
again,
won't be an ice cream store because the railroad's already melted.
exactly, that's the thing. So if you're right, there ain't no architecture.
A steel box in Rhodes Desert.
Yes,
No.
exactly.
And there you go with your lenses. And then
But I think what is important is that if clearly where you are going is what Lee is describing, is what you are going to produce is a collection of spaces that promote people behaving in different ways so you can collect data. Obviously you have to start defining what different types of behaviors you want to provoke. And is that something that is static or is dynamic? Is it about people moving or people developing activities? So you have to start, creating the whole story around it.
You might want to have a reference. I thought this might happen today. There's a really interesting book by Berkhauser you might want to pick up. It's called Staging Urban Landscapes. Yeah, Staging Urban Landscapes. It's about programming places like this in order to get interaction. This is quite interesting data which talks about what you do about activating public spaces. You might read about that a little bit, about what you might do with those public spaces, certainly, and you know what you might do with Google. So for me, that'd be an interesting place to go. It might be a landscape project in which you intervene to create activators. There's a great space in Nottingham, Shelburne, in which it's an empty space next to a theatre, and they program it in certain ways, and around the edge there are long benches where people sit and watch what's going on under lights. And the lights are programmable, you can move them, and in the space.
they're broke, by the way.
I know, they're always broken. You used to be able to put a gilder in, it's that old that you put a gilder in and you can move them.
They're still there. And the square is refurbished and
Already?
it's not like that.
Okay. Well, it was great with that.
I think just lastly, there is still a fragment, I think, which gives me hope that there's a sort of architectural conclusion to this, in that I think on the side of, I use the term line because you were using it quite frequently in this idea that you understand the importance of what's public and what's private in this. I think because of the idea that architecture is imbued with this issue of liminal states and then the crossovers between what's semi-public and what's semi-private, etc., and how they work, I think is just one thing that maybe is sort of still architectural and sticks out as architectural in data, which is about data.
Thank you.
Thank you.